Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everyday English with Johnny. I'm Johnny, your friend and guide to speaking English with confidence, ease, and a big smile. I'm thrilled to be joined today by my amazing co-host, Rose.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rose, and I'm so excited to be here with Johnny to make English learning fun, practical, and truly meaningful. Whether you're just starting out or already chatting in English, we've got something special for you today.
Have you ever been stuck in a conversation that feels flat? You know those moments where you're saying, "How are you?" or "Nice weather," but it goes nowhere and you're left with awkward silence? If you're ready to break free from small talk and have deeper, more engaging conversations in English, you're in the right place.
Absolutely, Johnny. Today, we're diving into how to transform your English conversations from surface level chats to meaningful connections. We'll share strategies to make your talks sparkle, plus our own stories of learning to connect through English. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's unlock the art of engaging conversations.
Let's start with a story. Growing up in Brazil, I thought small talk was the key to speaking English well. On my first trip to the US, I kept saying, "How's the weather?" to everyone, but the conversations fizzled out fast. Once, at a cafe, I asked, "What do you do?" And the person gave a one-word answer, "Teacher." I felt stuck. That's when I realized small talk wasn't enough. I needed to go deeper.
Oh, Johnny, I've been there. When I was learning English, I'd ask, "How are you?" and get "fine" back, and then silence. It was so awkward. At a party, I tried talking about the weather, but it felt boring. Then I learned to ask better questions and share stories, and suddenly people were smiling and talking back. It changed how I connect in English.
Exactly. Small talk is like the first step, but it's not enough to build real connections. Today, we'll show you how to move beyond those generic questions and create conversations that feel alive and authentic. Let's start by exploring why we get stuck in small talk.
Small talk often leads to the awkward silence, that moment when no one knows what to say next. It happens because we rely on generic questions like, "How are you?" or "What do you do?" These questions don't invite deep answers, so the conversation stalls.
I call it the "how are you" paradox. You ask it to be polite, but most people just say "good," and that's it. I used to ask that at work, and my coworkers would nod and walk away. It felt like I was missing a chance to connect.
That's the cost of surface level interactions. When you stick to small talk, you miss out on building friendships, understanding others, or sharing your personality. I realized this when a coworker and I kept talking about the weather instead of our real interests like music or travel.
The good news? You can break free from this trap. Let's share some techniques to unlock deeper, more engaging conversations in English.
The first technique is the hook technique, finding ways to spark interest and keep the conversation going. Instead of asking, "How's the weather?" try finding shared interests. For example, I asked a friend, "What's the best trip you've ever taken?" And we ended up talking for an hour about travel.
That's awesome. I tried this at a party by asking, "What's a movie you've watched recently?" The person lit up and told me about their favorite film. Try it. What's a movie you've watched recently? Say it. What's a movie you've watched recently?
Another part of the hook technique is asking specific questions that invite detail. Instead of "What do you do?" ask, "What's the coolest part of your job?" I used this with a coworker and they shared a story about a project they loved. Try it. What's the coolest part of your job? Say it. What's the coolest part of your job?
The final piece is active listening. Don't just hear the words, really listen to their emotions and ideas. When a friend said, "I'm tired from work," I responded, "That sounds tough. What happened today?" Instead of just nodding, it opened up a real conversation. Try responding, "That sounds interesting. Tell me more." Say it. "That sounds interesting. Tell me more."
Shadowing these questions helps you sound natural. Practice saying, "What's something fun you did this week?" with curiosity. Try it. "What's something fun you did this week?" These hooks turn small talk into meaningful dialogue.
Storytelling is a game changer for engaging conversations. A good story makes people lean in and connect with you. For example, instead of saying, "I like hiking," I told a story. "Last weekend, I hiked a mountain, got lost, but found a hidden waterfall." My friends were hooked and shared their own stories.
I love that. To make stories engaging, transform anecdotes into narratives. Start with the hook, describe the scene, and share the outcome. I told a story about my first cooking fail. I tried making pasta, but it turned into glue. My dog wouldn't even eat it. Everyone laughed. Try starting a story. "One time I tried something new." Say it. "One time I tried something new."
Vulnerability makes stories powerful. Share a feeling like, "I was so nervous my hand shook." I told a story about bombing an English speech, saying, "I forgot every word and turned red." My friends related because they'd felt that too. Try it. "I was so nervous when—" Say it. "I was so nervous when."
To make stories relatable, connect through shared emotions. If you're talking about a happy moment, say, "I felt so alive." I shared a story about dancing at a party, saying, "My heart was racing with joy," and my friends nodded because they'd felt that excitement. Try it. "I felt so happy when—" Say it. "I felt so happy when."
Shadowing emotional lines helps you express feelings in English. Practice saying, "I couldn't stop laughing," with energy. Try it. "I couldn't stop laughing." Stories like these make conversations unforgettable.
To keep a conversation flowing, you need smooth topic transitions. For example, if someone mentions travel, you could say, "That reminds me of a trip I took." I did this when a friend talked about beaches, saying, "That sounds like my trip to Bali," and we kept talking. Try it. "That reminds me of—" Say it. "That reminds me of—"
Another technique is the yes and principle. Build on what someone says instead of shutting it down. If a friend says, "I love hiking," don't just say, "Cool." Say, "Yes, and what's your favorite trail?" I used this at work and it turned a quick chat into a long conversation. Try it. "Yes, and what's your favorite?" Say it. "Yes, and what's your favorite?"
If disagreements pop up, navigate them gracefully. Instead of arguing, say, "I see your point, but I think—" I disagreed with a friend about a movie but said, "I get why you liked it, but I found it slow. What did you love about it?" It kept the talk friendly. Try it. "I see your point, but—" Say it. "I see your point, but—"
These techniques keep the conversation moving. Practice transitioning with, "Speaking of that, have you ever—" Try it. "Speaking of that, have you ever—" Shadowing these phrases helps you sound smooth and confident.
To master engaging conversations, you need to practice. Try real-world challenges. For example, ask a coworker, "What's something exciting you did recently?" and listen actively. I did this at a cafe, asking, "What's your favorite drink here?" and got a great response. Try it. "What's your favorite thing about—" Say it. "What's your favorite thing about—"
Practice builds a confidence cycle. The more you try, the better you get and the more confident you feel. I started asking specific questions at parties like, "What's a hobby you love?" And soon I was leading conversations easily. Record yourself saying, "Tell me about your favorite hobby," and check your tone.
To keep improving, use resources like podcasts or shows. Listen to the Moth podcast for storytelling tips, or watch Friends to see how characters use small talk and humor. I learned to say, "That's so cool," from sitcoms, and it works in real life. Try it. "That's so cool." Say it. "That's so cool."
Join online communities like Tandem or Reddit to practice. I shared a story about a funny mistake in a language group, and native speakers gave me feedback. It helped me refine my skills. Try saying, I have a story to share. Say it. I have a story to share.
Shadowing is great for conversation skills. Repeat lines like, I'd love to hear more about that with enthusiasm. Try it. I'd love to hear more about that. Practice daily, and you'll turn small talk into deep connections.
Let's share a story to inspire you. My friend Carla from Brazil used to stick to small talk like, nice day, huh? She started asking specific questions like, what's a place you'd love to visit? At a work event, she sparked a long chat about travel, and her boss invited her to a networking group. She said, Johnny, deeper conversations open doors for me.
That's so cool. My cousin Sam struggled with awkward silences. He practiced storytelling, sharing a funny story about missing a bus. I ran after it, waving like a fool. At a party, his story got everyone laughing and sharing their own tales. He told me, Rose, stories made me the life of the party.
These stories show that going beyond small talk can transform your connections. You don't need perfect English, just a willingness to try these techniques. Every question you ask, every story you tell, brings you closer to confident, meaningful conversations.
Wow, we've covered so much today. Let's recap. Move beyond small talk by avoiding generic questions like, how are you? Use the hook technique with specific questions like, what's the coolest part of your job? Tell stories with the hook, vulnerability, and relatable emotions. Transition smoothly with phrases like, that reminds me of.
Keep conversations flowing with the yes and principle and handle disagreements gracefully. Practice daily with real-world challenges like asking, what's something fun you did this week? Shadow phrases like, that's so cool, and join online communities for feedback. Try it. That's so cool.
Use resources like podcasts and shows to learn from native speakers. Your unique voice and style make your conversations special. Imagine chatting with friends, sharing stories, and feeling truly connected. That's what you're building, and we know you can do it.
Thanks for joining us on Everyday English with Johnny. We're cheering you on. What's one conversation technique you'll try this week? Share your stories in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to keep learning.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep crafting engaging conversations in English. You're on your way to deeper connections. Bye, everyone.
See you soon.